Hey everybody, hope you're well. We're into December. That means Christmas is coming, and it means that I've got at least a short list of books that I've kind of hinted around that I'd like. If anyone's going to be inclined to buy me a book for Christmas this year, they often ignore what I ask for, and by they I mean my family, and they just do what they want, and usually they do pretty well, but I do like to hint about what I'm looking for, and so I have 3 books I'm hinting at that are history books and then 1 novel. So 4 generally. I'm not greedy, right? If they want to get me more, they can, but I'll probably get 1 or 2 books. So what am I looking at this year, or what am I asking for as far as history books go? The first one is called Summer of Fire and Blood, The German Peasants' War by Lyndall Roper. Now, I first noticed this book or found out about this book when I was looking on the website for the Kundal History Prize, which is a prize for historical nonfiction that McGill University runs every year. Lots of good books have been shortlisted or won that prize, and Summer of Fire and Blood won this year. And the first thing that I'll tell you is that, at least on the website, the cover was like mind-blowing. This sort of green and red caught my eye right away, and you can't judge a book by its cover, but you can certainly be attracted by the cover, and that's a gateway. A cover is like a gateway drug for a book, right? It can like at least get you in the door, and so this book cover is fantastic. It attracted me right away. Subject matter looks super interesting to me. I have looked at it in the stores, and they have a different cover than the one that was on the McGill website, which is a little disappointing, but it's a pretty cool cover as well. And it's already done its work for me. So now at this point, while I'd like to have the cover that's on the McGill website, probably doesn't matter that much. Anyway, Summer of Fire and Blood, German Peasants' War. So that's the first book that I'm looking at, hinting around getting. Second book that I'm looking at, also about war. It's kind of a theme. I don't know, maybe it's just something in the air these days, but it's the recent work by Michael Livingston, and it's called Bloody Crowns, and it's a new history of the 100 Years' War. I've been reading a little bit towards the medieval period, early middle medieval period, and so kind of getting into this in the past year, and this one looks really good. I don't know tons about the 100 Years' War. Some of it, I know piecemeal through fiction and elsewhere. Just the war between the English and French, Joan of Arc. Yeah, we've got Edward III. I think the Black Prince, if I'm right. Tons of history, and this went on for 100 years. This conflict between France and England. Just crazy, and so it is something that I would like to read more about. And whenever there's a good new work comes out that's kind of like broad, I usually jump on those because a lot of the modern stuff is really well written now, and tons of good research is coming out now. It's the best time to be a history fan, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm looking forward to not getting that from my family and then having to buy it in the new year. We'll see. So that's number 2. And then my third book that I'm looking at, it's called The Myth of the Andalusian Paradise, Muslims, Christians, and Jews Under Islamic Rule in Medieval Spain. This is a book that I only recently heard about. I also, there was a section in Millennium by Tom Holland that was on the sort of conflict in Spain between the Caliphate in Spain, and then the sort of Reconquista. And it was really quite interesting, and I don't know that much about Spanish history, and I think this sounds like a sort of really interesting book. And I like to read not just about actual conflict or war. I mean, obviously this is going to be conflict driven, but just how people lived, cultural influences, how religions affect and impact each other. If you're in the Western Hemisphere or in Asia, like you'll know that Islam, Christianity, and Judaism have, had some, problems with each other over the last few thousand or a couple of thousand years, depending on which religion you're in, and then, shorter time for Islam. But I'm looking forward to that. I think it'll be a good one. And it is by Dario Fernandez Moria, who is a Spaniard, I believe, a Spanish author. So I think that looks like it's going to be a good one. That's the 3 history novels. Now the novel that I'm looking at, and this is going to sound cliche actually, given what I just kind of brought up, but this is going to ancient Rome, and it's John Williams, and the book is called Augustus. This is kind of historical fiction, I believe, about the life of Augustus, the first Roman emperor, and I've never read John Williams. I see Stoner all the time. And I want to read John Williams just because, like, so many people talk about him that it must be something that's worth checking into. And given my nature and my interests, I thought that Augustus would be a great place to start. And so that is the plan. I think I'm hoping it's going to be a fabulous book. I don't know. I love historical fiction, and I haven't read I, Claudius either. Graves, and I want to read that, and maybe I'll do the 2 sort of roughly together. Yeah, that's what I'm asking for Christmas. Or hinting at. Let me know what you're asking for, if you're asking, what you're hinting at, whether you actually have people that respond to your gift lists, or if they just ignore you like my family does. And then I guess maybe try to surprise you, or whether you get no gifts at all that are book related because you want other stuff. Hope you're doing well, and we will see you on the next one. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Take care.